All right, so this example gives us all the information, and then it says use 9% confidence to find the population mean. So we have our new formula here, our new confidence interval formula. So what I'm going to do is we need to find a 95% confidence interval. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my numbers straight from the prompt and just input them right into the formula. Okay, this is a pretty easy example, straightforward. All you need to do is just take the numbers and put them into the right spot. So their mean score, the mean of the sample, was x bar equals 272. So in my x bar spot, I'm going to replace it with 272. All right, the next thing I need to replace is z. So we're using a 95% confidence interval. Remember, z changes on level of confidence. So when when we have a 95% confidence, z is 1.96. The next thing you need to replace is s. S is your standard deviation. So the standard deviation of the scores was 59. And the last thing you need to replace is n. So instead of n, you look to how many people took place in the sample. How many people were in the SRS? Well, 840. Okay. So n is replaced by 840. And now what you do is you work this through on your calculator. What you want to do is work the right side of the equation out first, and then add it and subtract it from 272. All right, so if you just worked on the 59 divided by radical 840, what you would get is 2.04. So this portion of the equation is 2.04. Then you would multiply that by 1.96. And that gives you 3.99. So what we have at this point is 272 plus or minus, and I don't have a plus minus symbol, but I'll just say plus minus 3.99. So all we have to do now is 272 plus 3.99 and 272 minus 3.99. And when you're doing the interval for the answer, you want to make sure that the lower number is first. So what I'm going to do is 272 minus 3.99. That gives me 268.01. So that's the low end of my interval. And then my high end, you would do 272 plus 399 to get 275.99. So we are 95% confident that the mean score for men lies between 268.01 to 275.99. So I'm 95% sure that our population mean, our true population data, is between these two numbers. Okay. The reason I couldn't use my old confidence interval formula here is because there would be no way for me to find p hat. Okay. For p hat, what you had to do is you had to take your entire sample, and then you would have to take your count in sample divided by the whole sample. Okay. I don't have a count in sample here. I have a score, a mean score, but that's not a count in sample. So that's why this formula functions differently from the last formula. Okay. And for now, all we're doing is we're practicing looking at the prompt and then plugging in the numbers that were given into this formula. Okay. So in the next video, should only take like 2 minutes. We'll just do this second example.